Hey everybody, BTO Pro here. Welcome to part 10 of our series, otherwise known as the Victory Lab. Now, there wasn't going to be a part 10, but I kind of just wanted to step through this if the significance of these technologies coupled with our past work doesn't make sense quite yet. So what you're looking at here is hackstheweb.org. I did not update hackstheweb.org today. However, I updated hackstheweb.org today. What do I mean? I pushed out the updates that are across these many articles experimenting with this approach to our content delivery network, which in another past series, I write about how we use a single point build entry script to hydrate anything. Anything. So I didn't update hackstheweb.org. The assets on the CDN updated, and now hackstheweb.org has access to all of the stuff that I've been writing about. Granted, it is a static published site that is Vercel backed, so those microservices don't make a lot of sense in that context. But I also did update wcfactory.js.org, and it may or may not have the microservice backed printing button. And that microservice backed printing button may or may not be coming from hacksapi.vercel/site.html. And that may or may not be publishing on demand, a auto-hydrating copy of whatever has been printed, also using the CDN single line build script in order to do that. Is it making sense? It might not be. So let's keep going. I also definitely didn't update a random hockey league website that I manage. I also didn't, I did update our 60 plus course portfolio that we actually use this technology for powering, which is entirely made up of web components all the way down to the initial entry point tag of HAX CMS Site Builder using these schemas that have been discussed in these past articles. So I definitely can't go into these different pages throughout this material using our unified design assets, which work across this Drupal backed implementation as well as the HAX backed implementation. Hit edit and gain access to the same microservices for importing content demonstrated in the articles and the ones for downloading. So if I want this current page of material out as a docx file, it's going to go and hit that microservice, send me back the best way it can handle this singular page as docx content. This is a killer feature in Elm's Learning Network, which is primarily what we publish these things for, not so much on the export side, but on the importing side. And again, I didn't make the functionality for Helms, our primary platform. I made it through the articles to work as a standalone brick. Those bricks are agnostic of anything. And so we add that functionality here. Why? Because we treat everything as if the web is what is getting the enhancement, not any one platform. Every platform becomes the thing that gets enhanced. So if I was to go downloads, I'm sure I have a docx file somewhere. Docx audit request for information, IT, open. That is going to go hit a Vercel endpoint and send me back the entire thing in question here. So that functionality being written for the web in general, it's available here. And it's available in our other courses, and it's available to the other colleges that use this technology. And it's available on our flagship HAX.psu, which also has this super cool design. Everything that you're seeing is also a web component. So these microservices approaches were actually pioneered for this solution, so that when we go to create our own new site in question and we call it whatever we want, that then we create it and we're actually building a brand new web component backed HAX CMS instance, which automatically is wired up to those printing web services. So that as we build out our material and collect our coins, because I love my sound effects, I love them, right? That we duplicate all of this wonderful funness, and now I can hit that microservice, which is going to generate me all the content from those pages. I haven't had a content to it, obviously, but I didn't engineer anything for this system. I engineered it for the web, for that singular brick, that one API is tied into this single tag in this CMS setting here, which is a print branch button. And the print branch button can be dropped anywhere and allow for this type of conversation in order to talk to the CDN, in order to do print all the things. So it's not tied to our solutions, as demonstrated via simple image, which is proof of concept. However, it is a web component that is using Vercel to do the manipulation on the fly. So it's serverless, and yet we have it here in our front end. So we could point it to basically whatever we wanted. I could go into the HAX editing environment. I'm going to add an image into the page. I'm going to take that beautiful kitten, silly thing, and this may or may not work. Oh, it's allowing my other webcam to take the picture. I could take a picture of me from that side, hit save, it puts it in the page. I could copy the image address in question there, throw it into the code pen over here, and we have that image manipulation all there. Again, the image that just was taken headlessly via web components. Those web components talk to the backend via a microservice built into our content management system endpoint to do the uploading of the image, saving it to the server, hitting save in HAX, which sends another call to a microservice endpoint, saving just the HTML of the page, rewriting a singular file on the server, taking that file address, throwing it into anything else, which sends it to another Vercel microservice endpoint, converts the image on the fly to a differing image quality. Let's not go with 100%. Let's take me all the way down to 10%. There we go. I'm blurry finally. And maybe you're getting the point. I know I think I am. So all of these tags are able to be hydrated into anything using the magic script, as we call it, which is 2 lines of JavaScript, which effectively is able to then identify anything on the page that matches the registry in question, hydrating its definition. Let's say that I had a web component that did commenting, and it needed to talk to a backend service, and it needed to authorize you, and it needed to make sure that you have a valid OAuth. All of those considerations start to be things we can deliver headlessly into these singular bricks using API keys and whatnot. So the possibilities of this approach are endless and easily distributed anywhere. In fact, here's a whole damn content management system loaded in a code pen. It's a single line plus 3 other lines. There's 4 lines of code here in order to inject our content management system loaded here. It's not an iframe. It is the content management system loading the schema headlessly, which then implies that the print service, which is off on Vercel, loaded into this code pen, is able to give me all of that information flawlessly. So I'm really excited about what this means for the future of our projects and our platform. If you're interested in where we're going with these things, I'm at BTO Pro on the Twitter webs. I tweet a whole bunch of stuff about HAX the web. Our projects on NPM are under LRN Web Components. That's Learning Web Components. And we're just going to keep rolling out more innovations this fall using microservice and micro front-end architecture that Vercel is helping us power. So hope to see you in the future, because it's awesome here.